Hello, this is Dino London, and you are watching Non-Financial Search Training. We're going to go over some non-financial search and reporting capabilities of JManage. So let's get started. First, we're going to look at search, where there are a few searches that we're going to go through. We'll go to Search Find Contacts. In Search Find Contacts, you can put in the name of someone or an email and get to their search results. You can put in the individuals, households, or organizations. You can search for a group. You can search for a tag. So that one's very simple. Also, under search is advanced search. Advanced search is quite powerful because it has every field in the system in it. So you could look for something very simple, like I just want to find the members of a group, or I want to find someone who has a certain tag, or you could be very, very specific. For instance, I want to find everyone who plays guitar, who also lives within a certain zip code, who also is of maybe a certain age. And so once you become, once you fill out all the information with regard to your search, and then you click search, you will get your results. And then once you have your results, the actions drop down becomes available, and you can batch bill people, you can delete them, you can email them, export them to Excel, create a group, mailing labels, merge them, print a letter, send a text message. Lots of things in the actions drop down that you can take action with regard to your search results. The other nice thing about advanced search is the search and trash capability. So search and trash allows you to do exactly that. So if you're missing a contact or you deleted someone by mistake, you can go here, click on search and trash and click search, and then that will show you everyone who's in the trash. And if they are there by mistake, you're able to reinstate them. One other thing about advanced search is that you're able to create alternative views, which you create in the profiles area of the system, so that when you get your search results, you don't just get maybe their address and their phone number and their email, but you get different information. So for instance, if I click on, let's say, class roster, and I click on the group 5th grade, and then I click search, my results are going to show their birthday, their gender, their pickup person, and their specific learning needs, and an email. So the results are different because I used a different view. So that capability can be very helpful if you want to look at different columns of information about a person. The last thing here under this top menu is Search Builder. And Search Builder is like Microsoft Access. It's like a query. So it's exactly what it says it is. You build your own search. So if I click here and let's say I want to find all current members. So I'm going to click on membership. I'm going to click on status. And then I'm going to click on equals current. So then I'll get all current members. And then I'm going to click on contacts. Then I'm going to click on email. Home email is no. So I'm looking for everyone who's a member who's missing their email address in the system. So then I'll click search. And then I'll get a list of all those people that meet that criteria. And again, I can click on those records and the actions drop down becomes available. So you can become very, very creative with Search Builder if you have experience with that kind of query. So as we move on, underneath search, there's also an option called custom searches. And so these searches were specifically built by JVillage for JManage. And we'll go over a couple of them. So one of them that we'll look at is the couples and households listing. So this one allows you to search by group or by membership. I'm just going to search by membership in the Congregation of Bedrock. And once I do that, I will get a list of all the members by family. So you can see adult A and adult B in the family, their respective phone numbers, ages if they're in the system, and it will also list their children with their ages and their home address, home phone, and membership information. So this is a handy list to be able to print out if somebody wants a paper list of the membership. Also, the ability to print it out maybe and reformat it for a paper directory. Also under custom searches, there's a search called adult-child relationship search. It's similar to the view we saw in advanced search, but just a little bit different way of looking at emergency information. So I can click 5th grade and click search. And then I'm able to find the parents of each child, the child's name, the child's grade, and the email address and emergency contact information. Also under custom searches, point out there is Community Send, which is what you would use if you're using Mishloach Manot or Purim baskets. And the other thing that's of interest would be fancy participant listing. So if you're using a fancy price set for an event and you need to search on all the different pricing categories that you've listed in that price set with regard to that event and what people chose, you would then want to use the fancy participant listing, and that will allow you to see line items from your event and all of the people who are attending. Additional non-financial searches are under mailings, scheduled and sent mailings. So that it's semi a search, but it lists all of the mass mail that you have sent in your system. So you can go back and reuse them, or click on report, and you're able to find out who the intended recipients were, how many were successfully delivered. It will tell you about opens and click-throughs, that kind of information for your mass mail letters. Under memberships, you're able to click on Find Memberships. So here, you're able to search on various criteria. You could search on different member types, member status, whether someone's a current member or not, a primary member. You can even search on the date range, find people that maybe have been a member over, since 50 years ago. So you can find what you need and then click search, and then you will get your list of members who meet that criteria with their type, their member since, their member start date, and their status. If I click on those records from the drop-down, I can delete my memberships, I can email, export, print mailing labels, print a letter, and update various information. As we move on, under life cycles, we have upcoming birthdays, anniversaries, and yahrzeit search for letters and yahrzeit report. Yahrzeits won't be covered in this training. Those have a training of their own, so I would suggest you watch the specific recording for yahrzeit training. Upcoming birthdays, is exactly what it says. So you're able to do your monthly birthday list from this search. Whether you want to look at just members or just a group of people, maybe just religious school students, you can do that from this search. You can also look at specific ages. So you see ages at least a certain age or no higher than a certain age. So you could find everyone under 18, everyone over 65. You could be very specific in case you're wanting to do an event that's targeting a certain age of person. Then when you put in your criteria and click search, you are able to then see your birthday results with the birth date and the age of the person. You could email these people, wish them a happy birthday from the actions dropdown. You could also export them to Excel, put the information in a paper newsletter, whatever you need to do with your birthday list. And the anniversary list works in exactly the same way. So we'll move on to reports. Under reports, you'll see that there are a variety of reports, including contact report, event report, mailing, membership, and these reports all work in the same way. So we'll just take a look at one of them. Let's look at the event report. So here you can see that in this particular non-financial search report, you can choose what columns you're going to see in your results. So I could pick last name, first name, birth date, age. I want to see the event they've signed, the status, the role, maybe their total amount paid. And then once I pick what columns I want, then I can go on to filters, which allows me to decide what my search criteria is. So maybe I'm looking for a specific event. If that would be the case, then I would go down to to the event area and choose the event type that I'm looking for or the specific event that I'm looking for. I could look for a beginning and end date. I could look for, you can see here, all of the events are listed. I can look for dates. I can look for financial types. So I pick my criteria, and then once I do that, I click refresh results. And then I'll get the results based on the columns that I chose to appear in this report. Now, the actions dropdown will allow me to save the report, print the report, print a PDF, export it to CSV, which is Excel, or delete the report. So the cool thing about it is once I save a copy of this report, I click Save a Copy, I can say, let's say this is my High Holiday report. And I can say Continue. And that will save my High Holiday report. So now I could go back to it anytime that I need to. But it's probably buried under here under Report somewhere, under Create Report from Template. So maybe I want it to show up under Events so I can easily find it. Well, I can go over here to Access, and I can click on this Link To, and then I can click on Parent Menu, and I can find events in the list. And then I can say, also down here, it says available for dashboard. So I could make it available for my dashboard, which I'll show you in a minute. So then once I do this, then I can click on the actions and click Save again. And now my High Holiday report is right here under Events for easy access. In addition, if I really want my even more easy access for my High Holiday report, I can go back to my dashboard. I can click on Configure Your Dashboard. I can go down here. Oh, here's my High Holiday report that I just created. I can take my High Holiday report and drag it into the right column. See it saving. Then I can go back to and say done. And now my High Holiday report is right on my dashboard, and I can see it every morning when I open up my JManage. And if during the day I want to refresh it, I can just click Refresh Dashboard Data. And again, all of the reports in each of the sections, from contact to mailing to membership, all work in the same way, where you can pick their columns, pick your criteria, and then save, export, print as needed. So that is the overview of non-financial training. If you have questions, please open a support ticket by emailing support@jvillagenetwork.com. You can also come to our weekly open office hours, and we're happy to answer all of your questions. Thanks so much for attending.